This is Bailey Public Press. We're in Tehachapi, California with Casey Camera Boy, currently at Tehachapi City Hall. Yeah.
Exploring the place, City Hall of Tehachapi.
What's your name, by the way? Cynthia. Nice to meet you, Cynthia.
Nice to meet you.
We're actually showing people, you know, this great scenes and the services you guys provide. That way, people from this town sees, you know, what services you provide. They know. Because I mean, there's some people that
Where do you guys post it?
I don't know yet where's it gonna be posted. Yeah, it can be Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere. Yeah. So.
I know, but people are gonna get to see how great people you guys are.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh. Go right ahead. No problem.
Oh.
I love
Is that
Tehachapi.
open to the public as well? No. I mean, just
It's so welcoming.
Guests only.
It's an employee.
What about the guests?
Only if you need to use the restroom.
Can I use the restroom?
Yeah, but we can't videotape once you're in there.
But is that open to the public right there?
The bathroom is. The bathroom, if you need to go to the bathroom, we'll allow you in there.
Well,
but you can't videotape once.
someone was right here.
Turn that off after.
Now we're looking through.
So they got passport here? Like, what kind of passport? What's the passport thing here? What is it?
We do passport processing.
Oh, yeah, I saw the. Oh, no, that's a voting thing. My bad.
Tehachapi
say that
gear
again?
available now. You show your Tehachapi pride. I love this town.
$2. There you go, bro.
Right?
I like the camel one.
Right?
Look at that. Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool.
How do you?
Alright.
That's your take, man.
Good.
That's good, man. Oh, did you get the Tehachapi Police Department?
Police Foundation.
Yeah, you get that.
Water quality report. I'll take 1, 2.
Your guest, my man. There you go.
Hazardous. What is it? Household hazardous waste event.
Okay, this section, and with the form, you need to include your expired passport.
That's pretty cool.
Expired, $110 check or money order if you want a routine service, which is $60. And then a brand new photo. Okay.
Can I use the original? I'm gonna use my camera with them.
All,
Alright, thank you so much.
and then the check, it has the fee only.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Department.
Alright, thank you. First order, two more left.
And what is the amount for the check?
There you go.
110?
It's pretty cool. So what kind of things do people like normally come in request for?
If they're setting up water service, coming in for passport applications or passport renewals.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I've never done anything at a city hall before. Like my own self, I've never done any business. So I didn't know.
Yeah, if you're opening a business here in our city limits, we have another building department office as well.
Well, that's cool. What department office would that be?
It's our,
Development service.
Development service? Oh, thank you.
thank you.
It's okay if I take one of these?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Go donate some blood.
Shoot, I wish I could. Can't right now. I'm allergic to chocolate. And so, like, my arms right now are messed up because I had a little bit the other day. And when I have an allergic reaction, they don't let me do it.
Oh, wow.
But I usually love donating plasma because it helps people.
Yeah.
Wrong hole.
Your district office, how can we help?
Pretty awesome restrooms, I tell you that.
You'd be the man to know, man. Boone County Fire Department, firefighter, paramedics.
United States Hospital.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, that's it, bro.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so
All right.
much. Have a great day. All right. Thank you. What is it?
Hairdresser? Oh, I have no idea.
No idea, man. Hairdressers here around it? There's
Oh.
one across the street, man.
Oh, right there, Tiffany Designs.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Good thing I didn't use a hairdresser. I do my hair my own, but I don't even cut my hair. I haven't cut my hair in like 2 years, so.
All right.
I'll cut my hair
Well-
I'll only cut my hair like once every 2 months.
Nah, I don't cut it.
Well, I let myself look like a bum.
Oh, I can't believe
All
it.
right.
$18. Did you
Well-
have a logbook here? 'Cause
Never seen that, like something like that outside.
All right, everybody. Well, that was the Tehachapi City Hall.
So yeah.
I would like to say that they kind of passed with like flying colors.
The people at the city, huh?
I mean, other than the one lady looking at me through the window, and as soon as I turned and saw her, she disappeared. But it was pretty good.
Okay. So, anyway, so that was my idea, and I mentioned it to them, and they were kind of like, oh yeah, that'd be a great idea, but
That's it.
you know,
It's all about money.
or at least, yeah.
So just contact him and not go to
Yeah,
the.
Zach Scrivener, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
he's the one that would get staff moving on, something like that. So, anyway,
Thanks,
for coming
guys.
in. Talk to you soon.
Sorry to bug you.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks, sorry.
Anytime.
I didn't want to bug you this weekend, you know. I
Anytime.
didn't want to bring up, you know.
You can.
All right, we'll see you.
So this form right here is for public records, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is the first time I went into any building where public records request forms have been like out to the open, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah?
I've never seen them. I commend you guys on that.
Yeah,
That-
pretty much you always
that's
gotta
awesome.
ask for it and
Yeah.
You
make
know?
a big deal out of it. So,
Oh, yeah, no, it's there on our website too.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that. You guys
Where are you guys from?
Kern County. I'm from Kern County.
same.
I'm from Kern County too.
Well, yeah, well, I live
You don't
in
wanna be more
Kern
specific
County.
than that?
Bakersfield.
Okay.
Yeah, I live in Bakersfield myself.
What's your? I'm Jay.
I'll tell you, you can call me a public press bro.
Okay. Well,
Casey.
hi Casey.
Yeah, nice
All
to
right.
meet you, sir. Nice to meet you too. So we're just going around cities, and then we pretty much record the services the city halls provide, so that way, like people from this city, they know the services they can get here.
Okay.
Yeah. So pretty much we do it for the people that they can come or stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Great.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
All right. Have a nice
Awesome.
day.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Can I have this candy?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. I have to, bro.
Go ahead.
Those are like brain teaser puzzles for people just while they're waiting for stuff.
Puzzles, waiting for. Oh, wow.
Thank you. Oh, interesting.
Like, you know what's interesting is like the town is so small, right? But you guys have so much for the public. It seems like even next door at City Hall, they have a lot for the public.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
tell you this, bro.
You know, and like that, I've never seen that anywhere. Normally, you go in and the buildings are like empty or
Yeah.
there's nobody there to
Feral,
help.
like-
Yeah, you guys like your buildings like are like lifelike. It's awesome.
I wonder how this works. Trying to show people how it works with it. I'm not good at puzzles, I give up. Thank you, though. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Have a wonderful day.
Wow, that's cool. They got puzzles for people who like, they don't have patience like me. They don't want to be waiting.
Ya, con mi cara ya te quedó la cámara, güey.
All right, guys. That was the City Hall Annex
The city
in
hall.
Tehachapi, California.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Um, yeah. Amazing job so far. I have to say, Tehachapi has no issues.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Right? Every place we go to should be like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I know everybody wants to see the craziness, but this is what we're here for.
What is this?
We're not here for people going crazy. I'm not entirely sure that's public.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
All right. Go ahead and pause this video. Well, I'm going to stop this one. I will continue. Oh. Veterans Memorial Hall. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start up the next part. Guys. Pretty good. How are you?
Love to see you guys out here. First Amendment?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, we love it too, man.
Love it.
We're coming across, and everybody's been so cool.
Well, good.
Awesome.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, what's your name, man?
It's Key.
Key?
Yeah,
Nice
Key.
to meet you, man.
I'm in charge of communications.
Awesome.
Casey, pleasure.
Pedro.
Pedro, pleasure. Pleasure.
Yeah,
love
wow.
it. I
Yeah?
love when you guys
For being
get. A
friendly.
lot of people don't understand.
I'm gonna go over here. It's hot.
It's important, that we talk about our First
Yeah.
Amendment. So
I think it is. That's why we're out here doing this.
good.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys being very helpful. Like we saw everyone over there.
It's one of those things that we want to make sure that people understand that they've got a right to come in, talk, ask questions. It's a public place. It's part of government. That's what it's all about.
Wow.
So,
Right, and
it's
these
good.
the places they provide services for the people, right?
Absolutely.
And so I think it's important when the people know, because a lot of people, even in a small town like this, I've seen it where you're in a small town and a lot of people don't know what services are available.
Exactly.
And-
Exactly. And that's one thing we always try to do is explain to people, help people. That's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
Is make sure people understand what's available to them so they can, get whatever they need and assist them. So I appreciate it. I just thought I'd come out
I
and
appreciate you
and
coming
say
out
hi.
and being friendly.
Yeah,
being
man.
Professional.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
No.
What,
know,
what was your
so
name again?
it's
I'll probably-
Key.
I'll probably
Yeah.
put a compliment on you. I'll probably do it online. If not, I'll stop by right now and just fill out my form.
Yeah. And I'm not worried about. You don't have to. I'm not worried about
No,
compliments
but
or
the
things
same
like that.
way I
but
put complaints on officers who misbehave, I do it. I put compliments on the officers and the public employees who behave.
I guess what it is a lot of people aren't used to having like a camera held to their face, and they kind of feel a little bit, that's what's going on, and it's just one of those things. It's like, hey, we're out in public.
Yep.
We're expressing ourselves, communicating, sharing the ideas, and making sure that people understand. And if we can educate people along the way,
Thank you
that's
so
what
much.
we're all about
Wow.
it.
I love it.
I'm really
I love
impressed.
it.
I'm never
Do you guys need
speechless,
help with
but-
anything else? Do you guys need
so
help
far-
with anything?
So far, we're good. We
Um,
got the info and then.
I have one question. Is there any other places besides this building, right, for I guess
This
for
one-
veterans?
This one, for veterans, there's
Yeah.
also the VFW.
Okay.
Veterans Foreign Wars, and that's on
Okay.
Tehachapi Boulevard. And this is open periodically. It's not
Okay.
open
It's closed
like
right now, huh?
Always.
yeah, it's not. It
Yeah.
doesn't hold like business hours. So it's special hours because it's a small community.
Right.
So just kind of certain days of the month it's open, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's got services for our vets and
Hey, I seen the flag halfway today. What
Yeah.
was going on?
it's a part of it's absolutely to honor the memories of those that lost their lives across the country in those shootings. And so absolutely.
I respect that.
When there's a national event
Yes.
of mourning like that, it's declared and it's in respect to those people that have lost their lives. So, yeah.
Thank you.
And I love
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Good.
coming out.
Are we going to find you on YouTube or?
Yes, you
Yeah.
will.
Where?
Just put Tehachapi and then it will show.
Tehachapi?
You can find my channel, Bailey Public Press.
Bailey Public Press.
Yes,
Awesome,
sir.
man.
And I'm Casey
All right.
Camera.
Casey?
Casey Camera.
Casey Camera.
Yeah,
And
boy.
this is a
Boy?
this is a news channel, so I'm calling myself Mexican inside of me.
Mexican Asylum?
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Inside of me. Okay,
Yeah.
love it. Okay, and if you guys ever need anything, I'm in this office. Feel free. You can ask for Key.
Thank you.
And
Awesome.
happy to help. And you guys enjoy the day. It's beautiful out
Perfect.
today.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah.
So
it's
everybody
beautiful.
knows, Key here has been freaking amazing. And anyone who comes through Tehachapi, if you have any questions, concerns, he's here. He's here to help.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we're here. We want to make sure that everyone that comes in that feels welcome.
I do. I love being here. Tehachapi is like one of my favorite small towns ever, and I love small towns.
Yeah, it's special.
It really
Right
is.
here. He told me that snows here as well. I'm
Oh,
like,
it does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
Come back in the winter, yeah, and
Yeah.
you'll get a little bit of snow. It's not like
Ooh.
going to Mammoth or Big Bear where the snow stays all the time, but we'll get some snow for when we get the big storms
I
come
like
through.
Yeah.
weather like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, guys,
All right,
take care.
Awesome.
Have a good day.
You too?
Wow, I'm impressed. Dude.
Right? Me too, dude. Holy
I'm
crap.
Going back to the compliment on him.
All right. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off for now until we get to the next spot. Key deserves a compliment for his exemplary behavior and his ability to insist on helping the community. I love it. Yeah.
We're not used to compliments.
Well, if you got a normal piece of paper, I'll write it on that too.
No worries. I appreciate the conversation.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not necessary, but I appreciate the conversation.
We did have a complaint.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you know?
You could probably
exactly
turn
what we were
into-
doing?
Let me
This,
see,
I'm in charge of communications.
Right.
So I pay attention to what goes on.
Okay.
So when I get a chance to see that the people go out to test the First Amendment and see if they get shut down, okay, that's one of those things that is a learning moment. And that's why we make sure that we talk about it. And so we, understand that we're in a public place. And like I said, people get nervous when they see a camera or something.
Yeah.
The camera's in front of them, so they kind of get nut up. And it's like, no,
We try to.
we're in a public place working for the public, and we're here to assist as needed. So that's why I want to make you guys feel comfortable about it.
Yeah, man,
Communication. You want
Yeah.
to for that?
I did.
Yeah, you picked a great profession, man.
Agents are not like cops. They go like
They get mad.
Everywhere.
You gotta remember, law enforcement's got a different job. They're there to protect people.
Yeah.
They have a tough job, and they're
They do.
constantly used to people in their face being accusatory.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
it's a different frame of mind that they come from. They've got to be ready for that gotcha moment. So
It's a good point.
it's just a different perspective they come from. But they're about public safety.
Yeah, of course.
So,
And one of the things I'm about is no matter who the public official is or what their duty is,
Yeah.
to always, if they do a great job, highlight that.
Yeah.
And then if they do a bad job, in my opinion, I highlight that because I can't show the bad and not the good, and I can't show the
appreciate
good
that. That's
without
the balance,
the bad.
and that's true.
You know?
True journalistic approach.
Yeah.
That you're supposed to be balanced in that.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
But
Like
we're
today, I put a compliment on an officer that he did good at the Cedar Ridge Cross.
oh good,
So we had to go 2 hours from where I live to just do that.
good.
Because as I said, if he would have been bad, trust me, I'll be here asking for a complaint.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, and those are learning moments for those officers too. But you when you all of a sudden there's a camera in the face, it's like throwing them out of their element of
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm here to provide safety, and now they're not media trained. Cops aren't media trained.
Right.
So, and this is a form of media.
It is.
Right? So you're like all of a sudden live at 5 on the news. It's like, hold on a second. We have protocols. The police department has protocols, and they have people that do that and speak to the media so they can keep safe. So that's it's out of their realm.
Right.
So and this is in my realm.
See, I think it would be great if everyone was to understand exactly what we do and how we do it. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, in every profession ever there's always been good and bad.
Oh, absolutely.
So you're going to find people who do exactly what we do, who do it in a good way, and people who just try to form a reaction.
Right.
And
You're exactly right. That's a great
I'm
way
not.
to put it.
I'm not about the trying to create a bad
It's
reaction.
about keeping it real.
Yes.
What's the real emotion and relationship that you get, from that contact? So, but I get
Thank you
it.
so much.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
We'll get the city hall right now. Hopefully they had a compliment for him because I think it has to be.
Oh, I'll walk you guys over
All
there.
right, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Troy. Very professional.
Bye.
Yeah, so let's go.
Yeah, so we have 2 different offices here,
Uh-huh.
and this is where our planning department is.
Okay.
Okay, so all of the development services, and when people need to get permits, they come in here. And then over here in the other building, this is where passports get done. People pay their utility bills. Just kind of the main side of City Hall where traffic gets directed. Two separate buildings. Plus, we have our own police department as well.
Right.
Have you guys gone over and seen the police department yet?
Plan to next.
Going next. Yeah.
I'm really hoping that we see the same behavior we've seen with you. And I
I'm in charge
honestly
of
think we will.
communications for the police department as well.
Oh wow.
So,
Yeah.
I'm the guy. So if the media comes by, I'm the one that goes and talks, on behalf of the police department and the city. So that's my job for the entire
Oh, wow.
department, or all departments here within the city.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah. So. So we'll take calls. Make sure people are getting routed to the right place. Take care of water bills. And then we run passports so people can schedule appointments, get their passports taken care of, things like that. That's kind of
Yeah, that's pretty good. I thought that post office is doing it, but they're doing it more strong.
no. That's one of the services that we provide the community.
Hey, can I have
Is
a compliment form, please?
Same.
you can set up an appointment, come and take care of your passport needs and make it as convenient as possible. So It's just one of the extra little services we do.
You know what I really like? That right there. I'm gonna show everybody too. This right here. This is what I really like, because that, to me, shows a community that works together and is proud of who they are.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I love that.
You know what? I'll tell you.
It's so hard doing this, and,
Just have a blank piece of paper, bro.
that's fine with me, bro.
Just write it down.
I'm gonna go ahead. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and pause here so I can go ahead and write out a compliment form for our friend Key here.
One thing that we've got going and we're in the middle of, it's called the Neighborhood Improvement. Neighborhood Improvement Project was started by our chief of police. Very big in community-oriented policing. So what we did is we picked the neighborhood. This happened to be the oldest neighborhood in town.
Sorry, guys. I'm
Homes that have
plugging
been
in
here
a battery.
Yeah, 100 years. You know, we're talking in terms of this, early 1900s. These homes were built. So, you know, the older places that have probably had been more weather beaten and things that haven't been, the neighborhoods kind of, it just hadn't had as much care as some of the newer areas. So the chief wanted to go in, talk to the residents in the community, going door to door.
Wow.
And asking, hey, what are your concerns? How do you feel safe? What are things that could be improved and to develop those relationships with law enforcement? So, and then one of the concerns that came out was, the quality of life. We thought what we could do is we partnered with the local churches. We got, I think 2 or 3 local churches that brought their volunteers in, and we set up a couple of days where we helped clean up yards.
Oh, wow.
Just get rid of things that people have been holding on for decades. And we found some seniors and people that had disabilities and people that just couldn't afford to hire, people to haul away junk. Yeah, and we spent one weekend, we filled 2 dumpsters, and these are those big, huge 40-foot roll-off dumpsters with all this bulky stuff. And we hadn't really scratched the surface. We felt like there was more, so we came back 3 weeks later and we did it again. We had 40 volunteers each time. And this time we took over almost 25 tons, just under 25 tons of trash out of the neighborhood, but helped them. We rolled up our sleeves, put gloves on, and dug into and helped them in their yards, got that stuff out, and tried to make a difference and make them feel good about, being a part of the city, their police department, and working together about improving quality of life. So when we go over there now, we feel that there's improvements. They feel like there's been improvements, and the city cares. Their government cares about them. And that all started with our police department. But that's based on the philosophies of community-oriented policing and getting down to that root level and talking to people. And, like we're talking right now, finding out exactly. And finding out what their concerns were and then helping them address it. So the city got the local trash company to sponsor that. So taxpayers didn't have any out-of-pocket money for it. It was done by volunteers, neighbors helping neighbors. So
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's a change, right?
Yeah.
But bringing in all these church volunteers, so then there was no, passing out of church material or things like it wasn't about a religion. It was about community.
Yes.
So you could see it come together. It was really cool, especially after the second one. We were dog tired, but you got done. You felt like you'd help people.
Yeah, I'm impressed. You guys did that. And that was that's a very intelligent way
and
not to spend taxes.
All that stuff has been covered in news story. It was all done here in the last month. I think it was end of June and July that we did it. And it's on our social media, photos of all that stuff. I'm not making BS up. This is all true, and it's all documented. But we felt really good about it. But that's kind of a sense of, when you talk about Tehachapi, it's kind of a cool little place, but it goes to that sense of community and togetherness. So it was pretty when you see your police officers rolling up their sleeves, picking up stuff.
That's amazing. I feel like in a bigger setting, like a bigger city, right? Things like that might be a little hard to do, and I understand that. So I understand that as a smaller community, it is much easier to do. Not that I'm taking away from it at all, because it is an amazing achievement. I believe that it takes one, and
that's it.
It can take one person, and in this case, it can take one community,
right,
to spark something that can create change,
right,
and that's what we're about. Is change and helpfulness to the communities.
Absolutely.
And trying to be the best people we can be with the best knowledge that we can get.
Yeah.
And our communities only thrive because we as the people are here together.
Yeah.
It means you and me, we are here together. And that's how things work.
Right.
You know, and
Absolutely.
I love it. I honestly love it. Me too.
Well, you know, and
I told you it'd be cool
it
here.
created conversation too within our community, saying, "Hey, when you come into our neighborhood?" It's like, hey, this was the one that needed it the most first, so that's why we're here. You know, and it's one of the older generations, people that have lived there the longest, and deserved it.
Yes,
You know, they needed it. You know, we had a lot of seniors, we had a lot of disabled, and some lower income, and they needed help. So we came in. You know,
awesome.
and it was our police department that recognized that and brought that philosophy into making that neighborhood feel safer. And it was
That's
about,
awesome.
well, how do you feel safer in your home? Well, let's show that we take a little pride with you, and let's help you, you know, clean up the property. And what have you been trying to get rid of? And what are the eyesores for you? And, well, let's deal with it. So it was a partnership, but the community was big. And without the volunteers, it doesn't work. So it was tying in the faith-based, the corporations to provide the service, and then all of the man hours just to come out and do it. It was good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you got it.
Thank you.
For all
You
the
got it?
information,
Yeah.
for answering
Absolutely.
the questions.
I'm happy to meet you over at the police department too, because that's, like I said, I'm in charge of communications there. I can show you around and give you a little tour of the PD if you like.
I would love
Probably
that.
hit it like in an hour or two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man.
Thank you. All right, man.
All
All right,
Have a good
guys.
one.
Everybody, I'm out. This is
Have a good
this
one,
is
man.
Key, and he has been amazing.
Pleasure to meet you.